hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of GoCast. Today we are hosting Patrick Mathieu, founder of Hackfest. It's been a real pleasure to go back in time and have that conversation. So enjoy the GoCast. Welcome, Patrick.
Hey, how are you doing?
It's a great pleasure to have you with the GoCast.
Same. Thanks for the invitation.
Well, for the audience, we're trying a tequila right now. It is a good one, I guess. What's your thought around it?
Strong but sweet.
Strong but sweet. We like it. So, hey, we're going to talk obviously about cybersecurity. It is probably a topic you know a lot. Can you start by introducing yourself, where you're from, who you are, what you like? How long have you been in cyber?
Sure. Yeah, Patrick. I've been in hacking security for 15 plus years. Kind of learned this in high school when things were not legal yet or not like a job yet. I've been working
In the time where you could be
do
hacking and not go in jail directly.
except if you were crazy. I guess there were one or two that got caught at that time. But yeah, it was the Wild West for sure. And then, yeah, I studied university in programming and then started into web hacking. Been doing pen tests for 15 years. I'm recently leading two teams, so application security and cloud security at a large US company. And that's my first time kind of in blue team. And
You're on the blue team now.
yeah,
Nice.
trying to secure stuff. Not easy.
Interesting. So you know exactly how the other side is thinking, right?
Yeah. That's the advantage, I think, which is fun versus someone that only saw one thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Both sides are fun and then have their plus advantage or not, but not easy to fix a company that want to make money. Let's say
Of
this.
course, that's a challenge. Well,
Yeah.
you know, we both started a long time ago in cyber, and I don't recall the moment where cyber was something that was bringing more revenue, right?
No, I mean, it's like an insurance, right?
Yeah.
So you're saving money, but it doesn't show when it's
True.
being saved.
Yeah. A lot of people are working on the KPI and how you can show result with cyber. And there's a way, honestly, there's a path that
There's metrics.
explain those KPI make us, more secure. And I was interviewing someone who had trust KPI, which led to if people trust you, you get more of their business, right? So there's a relation between being secure and getting more money. There is one, obviously, but it's not a
it's not instant, and you're seen as an expense anyway.
Of course,
in a company. Yeah.
So, Patrick, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk with you. Of course, you have been organizing Hackfest, which is now a huge success in the small Quebec City area.
Yeah, which is surprising.
It is very surprising. Yeah. How is it seen because I know you heard about the B side and OAS. There's a lot of other people revolving around cyber that are organizing stuff, but you're not outside, but you're something different, right? With Access, it's not attached to any of that.
I mean, we started this line, which was a reboot from University Laval. It was a university project from students. So they did it in 2001, 03, 05. Then they left and work in Silicon Valley.
When was it? Was in Hotel Plaza. Was
so
it the first time? Or
no, we started at Universal in front of Université Laval.
Yeah, in the basement, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, like a creepy, weird
I
basement.
Was there. Red Bull was something new.
Yes, that
at
one.
The time,
yes,
I was working at CGI. It was
yeah, and there was Red Bull girl that showed up. I remember that.
Yes, I ended up last.
Yeah,
I was drunk, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it was all. Stuff together.
Yeah, we asked the previous owner of Hackfest to reuse the name. He said yes because he's really into San Francisco.
First owner?
Nicola, I forgot his last name.
Okay, he's not known anymore around the.
I mean, he works at Google, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's known up there, but
yeah, of course.
Still working security related stuff. I know he clicked on my LinkedIn recently because he saw Hackfest.
Growing, Hackfest, right?
I think it's Nicola Silva, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, so we restarted at University Laval because they were running this there. So we rent University Laval room. And when we signed a contract, it was like, can we lose that room? It's like the only reason you might lose this room if there's a pandemic. And that never happens.
At the time.
Right? So that was 2009. We run this early November. So 2 weeks before the event, I received a call saying, your room has been requested because H1N1 exists at the time. Yeah. It was kind of a, not a pandemic because it was not global, but it was breaking everywhere. And so we lost the room to kind of a pandemic, the first one. So in 2 weeks, we switched to this basement hotel. It worked out, 175 people. And since then, it's 30% growth every year, which is super cool.
It is.
And so with the real pandemic that happened, it dropped by like 30-40% the year after. And now we're back to the real numbers.
Yep.
1,600-ish people. And it's
That's
surprising for the size of Quebec
Yes.
itself, which is cool because
You have a lot of people from outside as well, right?
yeah, because I went to a lot of US events,
Mhm.
and US is so big that they always have people. But here we're so small, we have a ton of people in cyber.
Yeah.
We have a really amazing community.
That is
Yeah.
very, very true. And you know, GoSec, B-side,
Mhm.
there's others. They all have a purpose, of course, and they are all different, but very big concentration of knowledge.
Yeah, and I mean, we made a platform out of it. So we have a podcast, a monthly meetings. We have a little June event. We have Hackfest. We built a community on Discord. I think there's 5,000 people now,
Wow.
which is impressive. And so with all this, Hackfest is not just like a conference; it's an happening.
Yeah.
So this year, well, we did a few shows in the past, but this year we had a real show, like music band.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was amazing, by the way. That was super fun.
I guess it was. Remember,
Yeah.
I went to Hackfest, but with kids at night. It
Yeah,
was
different.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a metal band from Italy.
I saw a picture. It looked
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
and it's like electronic metal, heavy metal, but it's their solo sound like Nintendo, so it was kind of cool.
Nice.
But yeah, like we this year we grow SCADA ICS, everything that is
Kind of a village, or
yeah, it was a village
Yeah.
with multiple vendors. There was a CTF in it. I think it was a car hacking one.
yeah.
And they said that they were not expecting anyone to hack into this because it's new. It's not super known in Quebec.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 level, and they got beat to 4. I think only the last one was not. So they were like, "Oh, we got talent."
That's very, very true. And you know what? We
Mhm.
have so much people saying, I want to be that person eventually in my life. Seeing the people on the
Yeah,
stage,
yeah, the
getting
conference,
awards,
everything.
winning stuff. You know, you kind of create a trend where I want to be there eventually.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, what's the official purpose of Hackfest? Of course, it's sharing and all, but is there any for student
I
or
mean, at first it was just for knowledge. Now it's more of a mission of well, a few things, but I always forget the English word for it. But like the next generation, really like building the next experts in the fields. I think 1/3 of Hackfest is students, so that have a big impact. We add in the last 2-3 years Hackfest Generation Village for kids 7 to 17, which had 50 plus kids last year. So that was super cool. The other one is like really knowledge based, like improving on all fields. But we, at the same time, like breaking the status quo, making things better, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we're in the media also and complaining a little bit sometimes. But now the idea is to make things better. That's the whole approach. And like the SCADA thing is one of them. We have the startup village. So we really push the community to make stuff do better. Like you said, like we got people that went at Hackfest just like, oh, this is impressive. This is crazy. And they said to themselves exactly what you did. It's like, oh, one day I want to be on that stage. And I had some speaker that came to me, like I know their name, but like not personally. And they're like, because of you 5 years ago, I saw this and now I'm on stage. It's amazing. That's what we do this for. Yes, the mission is the mission, but seeing like real impact in the community, that's awesome.
creating something? And
Yeah.
out of that, you have people that are going to be contributing in that ecosystem and
Yeah.
community and helping. You know, eventually, you were talking earlier about blue team, right? You're on the side where you need to defend. And well, eventually you're helping people becoming a defender of something, right? Or by doing offense security.
Yeah, but
Same way.
both sides you need to understand the business. But I was pen testing for mostly the first 10 years, so you don't really see the other side. That's kind of why I kind of stopped to because you pen test, you give a report, you don't know what's after the report.
Mhm.
Then you pen test, you give another report. It's a loop. It's infinite. It's fun. It's technical, but it's the same.
Yeah.
When you switch the other side, well, it's just like politicals and management of people, and that's not the same game.
No.
And you got a business, you got fraud, you got the product designer of the products. Security doesn't mean the same thing from all the teams to
Yeah,
the CEO, right? It's
absolutely. It's
totally
a
different.
very different perspective
Yeah.
being on the other side. And I've always used the analogy where cybersecurity used to be something where we stop, block, close the light, and unplug.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber was someone like the police or,
Yeah.
oh. And then eventually we became, like a doctor. You come because you need an audit or, to know
Right.
what's
But
happening.
now we're enablers. We're supposed to be
True.
at least.
True, and sometimes we're ambulance as well, right?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
responder. Oh, we got breach. Yeah, we're coming. So
What are we doing?
yeah, there's a lot of different way to be working in cyber. That's what's really interesting.
Yeah,
Um, Last question, Patrick, because I think we could be talking for an hour here,
I
but
know, right? Always.
what would you say to Patrick 20 years ago if you could go back in time about our world, the cybersecurity, where we are? Any advice you would give him?
I mean, there's personal in the world itself. Personal, I think there's a lot of things to build. You need to take the chance to do it, which is hard. I got a ton of opportunities, and sometimes I'm like, well, the money's not enough for whatever reason. Building a startup, those
Hmm.
kind of things. So
Hmm.
that's a risk part. Maybe more risk on that side, but otherwise, community. I think there's so much that we should build. Versus, I could compare myself to US a bit more because obviously we're closer. It's not the same as Europe, but US from school to companies, they build stuff where here we're, like I said, the startup village starting to have
Yeah,
cybersecurity
yeah.
startups. It's not in us to do this. I don't know, we're more followers than builders. And I
Yeah.
think we have to switch on this
That's
because the
good.
community is amazing. Like the
Yeah.
skills is there for sure. So yeah, I wish I known this so I can push people or do it myself further.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Patrick,
Cheers.
for your time today. Have a good one.
Thanks.